Hi, my name is Josh Lewis. I'm recording this for my SEC 501 class. It's my Disposition to Teach assignment. And I am recording this from Salem, Indiana, where about 45 minutes north of Louisville. You probably won't find it on any maps, but we're here in southern Indiana. And with me, I have a very special guest today that I'd like to introduce, my good friend Josh over here. Hi. Now, Josh, do you care if I ask you a couple questions about your Dispositions to Teach assignment? No, Josh, I think that'd be great. I would love that, actually. Okay, Josh. Well, just the first question that we have here is, what dispositions do you possess that you think will make you a more successful teacher? Well, Josh, that's a very good question, and I'm glad that you asked that. The first one that I have here is just educators should believe that all students can learn and should set and support realistic expectations for student success. And so what I kind of see that as is that I believe every student can learn, and every student is capable of learning the material, as long as they're given the right opportunities and the right tools and the right encouragement. I don't think that anybody can't learn something. I mean, some things obviously are going to be more difficult than others. Like for myself, math was horrible. I sucked at math. But history and English both came pretty naturally to me. So I just did a lot better in those classes, and I think that students that are pushed in those areas can really succeed in any subject matter as long as they're given the right encouragement and the right tools to kind of succeed. Another one that I've got here is that educators should model integrity by their words and their actions. Actions speak louder than words, but in this case, you want to treat every student with love and respect, and treat them like they're human beings and not talk down to them, and things like that. Something I've kind of experienced with coaching is that kids want to be treated like adults. So whether they really want that or not, treat them like adults. Treat them with respect. Treat them with the love that you would treat your own kids. And model a model of love is kind of what I'm trying to get at here with that. Great, Josh, that was awesome. Okay, so the next question that I have is, what dispositions do you need to work on before you enter the classroom as a first year teacher? Well, Josh, that's another great question. You were on fire with these questions today, might I add. Well, I'm just putting those years of journalism to good use, man. Okay, so one of the ones that I have is educators should be sensitive to individual learning and social needs of students and embrace the cultural diversity of the community. And I put agree with that and not a strongly agree. Just more because I look at it as every student has a different learning style and different needs, different strengths and stuff. And not that those aren't important, but just that you can't spend your time catering to every single individual student. If you have 100 of them, that means that you're trying to cater to 100 different students, and that would be exhausting and it just not a feasible option. In coaching football, like I try and, you've got, yeah, I treat all my kids equal, but you have your kids that, don't like getting yelled at, and then your kids that it doesn't bother them and different things. So you try and do some of that, but at the same time, it's sometimes hard to flip that switch. And so I feel like teaching's probably similar in that you have your kids who learn different ways and different things, and you can do your best to accommodate that, but at the same time, you can't accommodate to everybody 100%, is more what I'm trying to get at. And then also educators should demonstrate professional friendliness, warmth, and genuine caring in their relationships with others while providing intellectual, emotional, and spiritual support. I put a agree with that and not a strongly agree, just because I don't think that every teacher is going to be best friends with every other teacher. That's kind of the way I look at that. In any workplace, you're not going to be best friends with everybody that you work with. That's just the nature of humans and different personality types and things like that. But that doesn't mean that you can't be professional with all of them and be courteous and treat them with the respect that you would like. That just means that, a teacher down the hall in a different department doesn't necessarily have to be my best friend. I can still be friends with them and treat them with respect and things like that, but they don't have to be, my buddy that I go hang out with and different things like that, if that makes sense. Man, that was great again, Josh. Now, the last question, what does a professional educator look like, and how do they behave, and what standards guide their actions? Well, Josh, I just think that educators behave in a professional manner. I mean, it is a profession that you're helping to mold young minds, so you need to dress for success, look the part, look like somebody that you would have respected when you were in school is kind of how I approach that. If the kids don't respect you, then you've already lost. And also just an ethical code is kind of what guides their actions. Do what's right. Do the things that are on your conscience to do what's right. Do what God tells you is right. And be a role model for these young kids. Be the kind of role model that you would have wanted to have also when you were in school. Just those kind of things that I think are very professional, and that's just how all teachers should act and look and approach their classes. Again, great answer, Josh, and we really appreciate you coming on and being with us today, and we appreciate your time. Hey, anytime, Josh. I'm glad to do it. Again, I'm Josh Lewis, and this was my Dispositions to Teach assignment for SEC 501. Thanks for watching.